Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In Psalm 70, we find David's most powerful weapon when it came to his enemies. There he's offering up a prayer to God. He's asking God to hasten to deliver him. He's saying, "Oh Yahweh, hasten to my help. Let those be ashamed and humiliated who seek my life." He ends with, "You are my help and my protector. Oh Yahweh, do not delay." And a lot of things in between there, but the idea here is that David is in a situation where he needs the Lord's help and he needs it immediately. And he's asking the Lord to not delay, but to come and help him. And this was David's most powerful weapon. Um, it wasn't the sling and the stone that he killed Goliath with. It wasn't the sword of Goliath that he later obtained and used. It wasn't even his mighty men that surrounded him. Although those were all useful tools, the greatest weapon that David had in connection to his enemies was prayer, going to the Lord in prayer. And it was God whom he trusted in, and it was God who would deliver him. It was God who was his protector. He said, "You are my help and my protector." God was the one that he needed most in those situations when his enemies would rise up against him. And we too need the same thing. We too have the weapon of prayer, and prayer is our most powerful weapon. With everything that we might have available to us, prayer is the most powerful thing. And in Ephesians chapter 6, the Apostle Paul says that our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavenly places. And he's encouraging his readers to take up the full armor of God. We are engaged in a spiritual battle that goes beyond flesh, goes beyond this physical realm. And he's encouraging his readers to be prepared, to be fully armed with God in going up against these enemies. And after he goes through and he talks about all the different types of armor to put on, he then goes on and talk about the sword of the Spirit. And then in verse 18, he says, "Praying at all times with all prayer and petition in the Spirit." It is prayer that is the greatest weapon. It's going to God in prayer, seeking the Lord's help, bringing in the creator of the universe into the situation and drawing close to him, where he can be for us what he was for David, help and a protector. And so let's never let this weapon out of our sight. Let's always be keeping the weapon of prayer ready to go against our enemies, the spiritual forces of darkness that are rising up against us, so that we can overcome temptation, we can overcome the various traps of Satan, we can extinguish all the fiery darts of the evil one, and we can move forward in the spiritual life and be conquerors and winners when it comes to this very, very important battle. And so let's be diligent in prayer. Let's continually seek God's help in overcoming temptation and overcoming the influences of this world, to overcome the desires of the flesh, and to stay focused and to keep our minds focused on God, fixing our eyes on Christ, offering up prayers continually to the Lord, so that we can find success and that we can find protection and help in time of need. So these are some things we can reflect on and think about as we do a reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.